Hello. So how does this work? Do I press the green button for? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I'm probably the last speaker between now and dinner, and I hope everyone takes dinner really seriously. So I'm trying to make this really short, and I'm really happy if I can see you behind these lights. If you ask questions, just raise your hand, and then we can talk. We can make this a really cozy session here. First of all, who is Fraunhofer? So Fraunhofer doesn't come from Fraun, while Annie was reading the moderation part. It's actually a researcher, a German researcher, and it has a lot of institutes all across Germany. In total, is 30,000 applied researchers. In our institute, it's a smaller team. It's 300 people, and I'm a team lead there. So what I'm really concerned is we hear a lot of good science, and was really fascinated by all the talks that I've heard. And also yesterday we talked a lot about open source, so science, open source, but there's some ingredients that we also need for the LLM ecosystem. And my personal, but you can challenge me here, is we really need competitive models in Europe. Not saying, oh, it's us versus them. As you can see here, it's not us versus them, but it's just to also keep up with the rest of the world and ensure that in the future we can do also not great applications only in Europe, but also have really good research here. So in the US, I don't have to repeat this, all of you know it, great players, and also China is really, we're really happy to see what happens with DeepSeek. And yesterday there was a talk by QN, which I probably butchered again the pronunciation too. Europe has really good potential, but to sum this slide up, we are not playing our cards well yet. And I hope this changes fast, not in 5 years, not in 2 years. I think in the next 10 to 12 months, we really need to change it. We have great startups, but we need dozens more. We have good infrastructure. We have amazing industry data that we are not leveraging to make industry-specific models. We have European national initiatives. I learned from a French initiative yesterday. Then there's Spain at Barcelona Supercomputing Center. We have Italy and AI Sweden, and so on. The list is long. And then, of course, we saw a lot of these geopolitical changes. So in the AI summit in February, it was announced that we should change something. We should kind of do something. And I was like, I said it's been 3 years. And I really feel happy about this. So it was really good. There's announcements like Gigafactories, AI Continent Plan. It's a long list of papers. The only worry I have is the ideas are good, nothing bad about the ideas, but is really time. Can we do it in the short amount of time? Here's just a quick survey from the Bitkom in Germany. It's not some kind of weird study that I made up. It's kind of a Bitkom is highly regarded in Germany to make these things, and they really say that German industry would like to employ German AI, and I think this counts for. You can replace Germany with Europe here. I think there's a big truth for this. And as I say, you know, we have like a lot of people. We have a great economy here. We're doing really well, and we need to leverage this. If we don't do that, other people will do it, and this will again also be not good for the future research, for where our talents go and where our talents work. And I think also for international collaborations, if I'm looking east and west, we have to be also good collaboration partners by being good ourselves. Just to highlight even the economic potential for Germany alone. And why do I highlight this? Because with the data that we have and the models and the science, we can really build these industry-specific solutions. And one cornerstone of that European digital sovereignty, which is not happening now, which is on an aspiration level, is really research projects. Here you can see a list of research projects that we have at Fraunhofer IIS have been involved in. And yeah, so you can see it's going on. More to come. I can't put them there yet, but looking really good. We are also part of the, it's not on the slide yet, I think, is we're part of the AI factory Jive, which is connected to Forschungszentrum Jülich in Jupiter. Maybe you have heard of the large AI compute facility there. So yeah, so we're really happy to be part of that. What have we done in the past? OpenGPTX. I was the project manager of OpenGPTX. It ended just a few weeks ago. I'm going to speak a little bit more because we were one of the first consortia in Germany that said we are going to train a large language model from scratch. That is pre-training, and also we are part of European LLM flagship projects. You can see them here. One of them is Trust LLM, then Eurolingua GPT, and also we are a partner at Open Euro LLM. So the model that came out end of last year is a 7B model. You will say, yeah, okay, nice. and we also like, yeah, it's nice. But it's just the beginning. So whatever I present now is, please see it as a symbol of there's something starting here. And it's not only at our, the OpenGPTX or our place. You can see our partners here. There's Forschungszentrum Jülich, where the model was trained. You have the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence. So there's a lot of like really good institutes in this consortium. So it's just the beginning. We heard just a great talk about tokenization. As we wanted to train a 24 language, a large language model with 24 European languages, we found out very early on that the tokenizers that were available in 2022 and 2023 were not sufficient. So we trained our own tokenizer, and we ended up also making a lot of all of these things. We didn't take anything from the supermarket shelf, so we all try to optimize it according to the models that we are going to build. Given that there it's kind of the model training team in that project was rather overseeable, we still did a lot of improvements on all the things that you can see here, and some papers I'm going to present later. What makes the model unique is that it uses only roughly about 40% English. That is a stark difference to at least I think Llama 3 used more than 95% and all the other languages. So it came with its own set of challenges, but we really said, okay, that's what we're going to take on. We want to make models for Europe, made in Europe. That was our achievement, or our goal and now achievement. And yeah, we got really lucky. The model was released in November 24, and just you can see the features here on the left-hand side. But the cool thing was, and I think this is really one of the points that I wanted to stress, with all the great science, we have to see that these models are put into action, and they have to really, you have to really be make sure that people can use them more easily than just downloading them from Hugging Face, and also basically a vertical integration, and that these that it was taken up by Telecom and Jonas, who are like really good hosters and sovereign hosters too. That was, we thought that was really a great success, because now the accessibility of the model has greatly increased also for economical applications and far beyond science. Yes, that was a huge success. The media response was crazy. Now I think we're going towards 100,000 downloads, press articles, and yeah, we were really overwhelmed by this, because we were basically just another research project. And anyway, so how does the model perform? So we have it has a version of 4 trillion tokens and a version with 6 trillion tokens that is unfortunately not yet released. I'm going to go to that later. So here is how the 6 trillion version performs. you can see in green where it where it's better on multilingual evaluation data. We are quite happy with the results, but as I said, it's just the beginning. And also we wanted to hit the 15 trillion token, but yeah, we did not have enough compute for that. So you ask, okay, why bother training a model on multilingual data? What's the difference here? So we have here, that's unfortunately in German, and I'm not going to make Annie read it out loud. And so basically the point here is we ask a very, very specific question about a small village in Germany about why a road is called according to some local priest there. And we compared the answer to Llama 3.3, 70B instruct, and Mistral 24B instruct, and our model was obviously the only one that gave the correct answer. So it's kind of worth it to really try to include more data rather than just having like small the people they're making movements. Maybe we should do that too. Interesting. Anyway, so this is really just to see and why is this important that the model knows more details. Of course, if we want to do European models, we really need to make sure that European knowledge is active there and not just some translation in the background. We did some instruction tuning. I don't want to go too deep into this. Basically, the main point is that between the base model and the instruction tuned model, we could, with the method that we have achieved, I just was showing you in the beginning what topics we all covered. We had a 7% improve. We're quite happy with that. Now, lessons learned. So this is referring to the talk, competitive models made in Europe. How do we achieve that? Yeah, and yeah, it was the largest consortium. We had not enough compute. Yeah, we wanted to really do big models. Then we had to write compute proposals. And they were rather small, too small to make really big models. This has now changed. Euro HPC, there is possibility to apply for bigger funding, but there's a lot of cats going for the little kittens, going for the milk, and we're just one of them. So I hope that the compute gets distributed in a way that large models will come out of Europe, because that is yet not achieved. Then data processing and learning schedule, that's more technical. Then legal aspects, yeah. We had, especially yesterday, we heard a lot of talk about open source, open science, and science actually being open, as you don't have to say it's open science. So we love that idea, and we're really supportive of that. But for example, it has to go through a legal process at Fraunhofer, and then the whole project consortium has to agree on something. And some lawyers say you cannot publish the data set. So what to do there? As scientists, we want to publish papers, and we want to refer to a data set for the paper, and lawyers say no. So that's a real trouble. And I really hope that science in Europe really gets a free pass for that, so we can truly go for this open source vision that was presented yesterday, and which I'm really a big fan of. And then research projects. You have seen there was a lot of partners, you can see them also here, but it doesn't function like a company does. So even if you have like 20 people working here, you're not as a project manager, you're not their boss, yeah, and that at times makes a huge difference, especially when you have to make decisions regarding the design of the models and so forth and so forth. So the governance really needs to improve, because I think research projects and also more informal collaborations are really the key to strengthen European AI competitiveness. And that's basically like almost the summary slide, but we have a little more to come. So for us, how does it go on? We were lucky to win a few million GPU hours on Mare Nostrum, and also we will train on Jupiter, that was mentioned earlier. And we will, of course, try to, of course, the model weights will be open source, but also we want to try to open source the data sets and everything else. The training code is already open source, modalities. I will show you guys a link later. Just a preliminary experiment. We did a token number 2. It's trained on 37 languages, so we got our mojo up with a language number, and also it on 2 trillion token, it performs better than our old model at 4 trillion token, and we'll train it probably until 10T. So here's a few papers. Maybe don't let me go too much into detail, but you can take a photo of the QR code if you're interested and have a look at it. Yeah. So. And that is our roadmap. Not so there's like larger models, of course, coming up. We have a 15 and a 30 billion parameter models cooking right now, and then we hope by the end of the year we have one really large one. Yeah, so that's in the making. And then, of course, we are very much interested, as Fraunhofer, who is supposed to do applied research, is also to partner with an industry partner and have special data and make industry models based on the open source, of course, which we hope will also foster the uptake of these models and of the science also that people have been doing. So to sum up, digital sovereignty is key. It's not an us versus against them. It's really like being a good collaborator on the worldwide scene and not being like the ones that say, please, please, please invite me to the party. And then you only get invited to the party if you offer compute, which we have in Europe. So that's really good. That's for the future of science here. I think this is really, it cannot be seen independent of uptake and application of the models and even up to vertical integration. So SMEs and other companies should use European models, which is mostly not happening to a large percentage. For now, I think there's not one group in Europe that is big enough to really make AGI, which whatever that is, it sounds cool, in the next few years. I really don't believe that. So we need a strong and trustworthy cooperation partner. So if anyone is here and wants to collaborate with us or wants to make a cooperation, please talk to me later. And as I said, the token model that I've presented is just the beginning. We are now going to significantly expand the research team and really hope that we will just be part of that movement that I hope is coming up. Now is some marketing slides. So if you're interested in one of those fields, please come later and talk to me. We are hiring about 8 researchers right now who will do research, but also see their research come to fruition, hopefully very soon in industrial applications. The research team is led by my colleague, Mehdi Ali. Please check him out on LinkedIn, and if you say, oh wow, it sounds interesting, drop him a mail. And yeah, so I want to thank you all. Was I good in the time?